What is going on, Marvel Rivalers? Welcome to the very first episode of Rivalcast, where me and my homies yap about Marvel Rivals. And yeah, this is the very first episode. It'll be very raw, unscripted, and we'll go over everything that's been happening recently. And yeah, basically that. So today with me, I have Yxm.
Howdy, folks. Nice seeing y'all. Well,
Yeah.
hearing y'all, I guess.
Right. Yxo is just my friend, right? There's no
Yep.
1 billion viewer YouTuber. Uh,
Yeah. We made a little joke before this. I was like, Ray, I can't believe it. I have to introduce myself to like a million people, and then he just goes, No, you got to introduce your more billion people. I'm like, Oh, okay. I guess this is where we're going. But yeah, hi. Name's Yixum. Unlike Ray, I actually haven't played the closed beta for Marvel Rivals, so I'm a complete newbie to what exactly the mechanics and systems are in the game, and I haven't really heard too much about it. I've had some experience with similar games like Overwatch for the most part, because who hasn't
yeah,
played Overwatch? And yeah, this should be interesting to hear more about and I guess talk about a little bit, you know?
yeah. Also, disclaimer: we do not play Overwatch anymore. So yeah,
Yeah, we should make that clear. Yeah, ever since 2 dropped, we've lost
yeah,
the
yeah,
spark that wanted us to keep playing.
yeah, yeah. We
Uh,
have gone through rehab. We are no longer addicted to that god awful game, and we have moved
jeez.
on to hopefully better games.
That's still yet to be found, but man, I miss loot boxes. That was the one thing that kept me in Overwatch, just gambling addictions, you know?
I yeah, I only joined during Overwatch 2, so I didn't even know about loot boxes.
Yeah, I think I played back in like console in like the first beginning bit, and
Mhm.
loot boxes were a big thing on how you got your skins and such.
Mhm.
When I tell you money was spent on those boxes, never again. Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
Do you have to buy characters in Overwatch 1 or?
I don't think you did. No, I think you just whenever they came out, they came out. There was no concept of battle pass from what I remember, or just like I
Mhm.
think the most I remember was maybe doing missions to unlock them, but I think I'm mixing that up with Overwatch 2.
Mhm.
Again, this was like way back when, and I was what a small teenager, like maybe 11, 12 when I was playing
Yeah,
Overwatch,
those
which
ages ago. Yeah.
embarrassing enough to admit that I was a little kid when I was playing Overwatch. But hey, we all start somewhere.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, in Marvel Rivals, no missions, no nothing. I don't know if you knew this, but all characters are
Oh,
free on release. Just you can
oh,
play
that
anything.
okay. Pretty cool. I can't lie. I mean, let's see if I'll even have the chance to play who I want to play when it comes out. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, well, we'll go into the nitty gritty in this episode later on.
All right, all right.
But yeah, 4 days, as you can see, 4 days remain. Squirrel Girl, Luna Snow saying hi to you.
Woo woo. Let's go.
Or
Four
is it just
days.
me, or does she look jacked? I feel like she's going to the
Um.
gym.
Yeah. No, you can see some slight chisel on her chest or torso area. So, well, not torso, but more so her pec region, if that
Waist.
makes sense. So that. Eh, I'm not sure more for waist. That looks more like the ab area. So those chisel lines there indicate that she does have some workout physique in there. I mean, is there any like background lore we have on that character? Did you say her name was Luna Snow or?
Luna Snow, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
she's just a K-pop enthusiast.
I mean, with all like with all idols and like the entertainment industry, you gotta have a pretty good physique if you wanna keep up on
Yeah,
stage,
yeah.
do movements, and keep singing and all that. So it does make sense that her abs look a little defined, you know?
Thank you for your analysis on her abs.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Again, listen, you asked
Cool.
me. I was just saying.
I respect the grindside mindset. Alright.
All right. Are you jumping into business or?
Yeah, yeah. So, for people that don't know, Marvel Rivals dropped like yesterday. Yeah, yesterday they dropped official launch trailer where they
Okay.
revealed all the 5 characters. Or well,
The
six, I
5
guess.
characters? 6?
Yeah, they have like so Psylocke, Moon Knight, Iron
Mm-hmm.
Fist,
Okay.
Hawkeye. Hawkeye was also revealed already. but like he was
Right.
part of the final few to be revealed.
Oh, okay.
Black
Okay.
Widow,
Black Widow. Okay.
Cloak and Dagger.
The Cloak and can't say I've heard of them, but their designs look pretty cool.
Yeah, they're a little niche. If you
Oh.
if you saw like, there never been any mainstreams, I think, but like in some of the episodic Spider-Man episodes, I remember them showing up. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Then obviously Squirrel Girl,
Squirrel Girl. Mm-hmm.
and last but not the least, Wolverine.
Wolverine.
There's
Okay.
a younger Wolverine as well, you know. Not
Certainly a different depiction from what I'm used to, but not an unwelcome one. Oh wow. Okay.
yeah.
I that's a younger version of Wolverine. You said?
Yeah, as you can see, it doesn't have the facial hair. So, yeah, I'm guessing it's younger. They haven't like
Eh,
we
I can
haven't
see
gotten
it.
this reveal, but yeah,
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
like a younger version
Okay.
to me.
Then I see there's also Storm, Namor, and Magneto.
Yeah,
Oh.
we already knew all these. They were in
Oh,
beta.
okay. They're already there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, those are all in beta. I mean, they had a
All
really
right.
cool cinematic trailer.
Mhm. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So they revealed those 5 in this final trailer.
hmm And now, so
Then
they've been doing countdowns, right?
right.
Reading up to Marvel Rivals release, they have been doing like 33 days of countdown.
Oh.
So each day
Okay.
has a hero because on release we'll have 33 heroes.
Oh, that's fair enough. That builds hype for the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
And they left like 5, which were, so they had 6 characters we didn't know about that existed.
Mhm. Right.
And then they revealed Hawkeye.
So then that dropped it down to 5,
5.
and then the rest of the 5
Yeah.
came in that reveal trailer.
And we got Squirrel
Oh, sorry, the
Girl as well.
official launch trailer.
Yeah. And we got Squirrel Girl's countdown yesterday with her
Mhm.
uh, character reveal trailer. And then,
Okay.
while I was setting up for this video, they
Mm.
dropped the Iron Fist character reveal, so he's probably going to get a countdown too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, for that, I want to just first watch through these, get our reactions
Alright.
on, what we think about this, and then
Okay.
we'll get into the things community has been cooking in Marvel Rivals Discord, and they've been
All
cooking.
right. Okay. All right.
All right, let's start.
First off, Squirrel Girl.
I mean, I like her default skin.
Her what?
Default skin.
Default skin?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Naturally, of course, the game's gonna have skins, but yeah. I certainly see the appeal.
Yeah, there's a default.
Mhm.
Normal,
Okay.
basic. So yeah, I mean,
Oh, it's a third-person type of thing. Okay.
oh yeah, the whole game is third person.
All right.
It's a little different from usual. I will try not to pause a lot, but I want to show you something.
Right. Right.
So if you see, the thing bounced and then hit Groot.
Okay. It was like a ricochet type thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's character specific. Like that's her passive, more or less, basically.
Probably because she's using a slingshot with like different type of ammunition. Also, I
Yeah.
should give a disclaimer. I've not played the closed beta, so this is all like very first time viewing of like the UI and things of that
Mhm.
for me.
Yeah, you can. From what I've seen this on both trailers. She basically, you can compare her to Junkrat. I'm not saying she
Oh.
is Junkrat, but yeah, you can compare her
Comparable.
to Junkrat.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a projectile throwings that bounce.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, he's a old Overwatch player, like we said, so it's
Yeah.
easier to see the comparison when compared
Mhm.
to Overwatch characters. But yeah,
Yeah, because that's what I'm used to, unfortunately. But yeah, let's keep watching. I'd rather not keep this like pause and all that, like you said.
yeah, yeah. That's a free stun, by the way. But that's crazy.
Oh damn. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, jump. Yeah,
All right. Okay. Okay.
I mean it's not hit scan, but projectiles are quite fast, honestly.
Right.
That's her ult.
Huh?
That does
Damn,
too
okay.
much damage. They almost killed
Ugh.
Groot. Groot has like 700 HP.
That's like a continuous bob.
Yeah. More or less. But yeah, that's her.
Okay.
So she has three abilities: the
Mm.
acorn, the jump, and the E, which resets either the acorn or the jump, whichever you used.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting gimmick. So that way you can just use them in like a
Succession.
continuous. Yeah, in succession. I'm struggling with words, but
Mhm.
it makes for certain matchups to either go in her favor depending on what ability she uses first,
Yeah, I mean,
or
if people think like, oh, she used her stun, I should jump her now. She can just get her
then she just
stun back.
refreshes it and then
Yeah.
it's like, no, not today.
If you're getting chased, double jump always helps.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, one neat little thing, if you notice here,
Ah, oh
that's
yeah, it has that's killable.
yeah. So the ult is
Has its own hit
killable.
points though. Mm-hmm.
I've also saw on Twitter people were saying that the ult also bounces like her.
Yeah, I did notice that in the trailer as well. It bounced off
Mhm.
from wall to wall, and just kept going.
Yeah, it probably has like 4 or 5 seconds of duration, unless killed. It will just keep going.
Ah, okay.
We don't have
Neat.
official stats, but yeah. Overall, I mean,
Yeah,
decent character. I think you can say your thoughts, but I think it's a decent character. Generic
I
thrower DPS. Yeah.
yeah. It seems like the type of character that someone could probably pick up if they're like starting out.
Mhm.
Just maybe pick it up, play a little bit, see how the kit feels, and then once you
Yeah.
get a hang of how she plays, you could just probably switch to a new. What do they call them? Like champions or
Uh,
heroes or?
well, oh yeah, whatever you want to call them. You can
Okay,
call them
I'll
anything.
just call them characters for convenience sake. But yeah, you could probably just pick her up, play her a little bit.
Yeah.
It seems easy to master, especially with the whole gimmick of being able to get her cooldown
hmm
back and just
hmm
kind of play mind games with your opponents.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I guess.
interesting. I do gotta wonder if that like big hamster squirrel thing, if that has 600 HP, is it like easily killable by people or is it gonna be hard? Like I don't know how they
600
like.
HP for comparison is like an average tank's HP.
Okay. And
And
okay. So
yeah,
if it's average tank HP, then yeah, they could probably handle that. If they all like focus on it then.
if they all
But
focus on, but you can probably
yeah,
dodge. It's just like a straight
yeah,
line.
yeah. Plus, I
Yeah.
could see it also being used as a way to like distract the enemies from like
Crowd
grouping up.
control.
Just be like, oh hey, yep, it's exactly crowd control.
hmm
So yeah, no, I'd say she's a pretty solid pick for a DPS. I'm assuming that's her role, right? DPS.
Yeah, duelist they call it here.
Okay, duelist. Yeah, pretty good for his duelist. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Utility, crowd control, DPS.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give my thoughts on that specifically when we talk about the community reaction and why we are
That.
getting so many duelists.
Oh, I mean, okay. How many duelists do we have in comparison to? I'm assuming tanks and supports, right? Yeah.
So we'll go in detail later, but
Hmm.
we have like 16 DPS, about 7 supports,
Oh.
and then wait if it loads.
I. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. If we're gonna like get back to it later, then we might as well just come back to this when we
yeah,
can.
yeah, it's a important topic later on. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
No, yeah, you can see like 16 DPS and like fucking 7 supports. Like it's
Yeah.
like a 10 character difference.
Oh yeah. No, that is more than a half. But all right. Yeah. Are we moving on to Iron Fist or?
Yes, Iron Fist has just dropped like 2 hours
All
ago.
right.
I mean, I saw it. I didn't like rewatch it and completely pay attention. I just saw it as a thing.
Okay.
But yeah, let's
Fair.
watch this.
All right. Let's break this. Let's see.
Goated pick, by the way. Iron Fist, goated pick.
Yeah. His design is very
Unique.
unique. Yeah.
Yeah, unique. Exactly. Oh,
Mhm.
wall run, by
Okay.
the way.
Yeah. Melee. Okay. Okay.
Air combat. Huh?
Oh.
To push back
And he heals
survivor. Right?
himself. Okay.
Extra HP as well. I mean, if you see when he's attacking, he's getting more like extra health.
Yeah.
Crazy. Huh. That's crazy
Huh.
DPS there. That's crazy.
I. Damn. Okay, that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
So
Let's start from
we'd
the
probably have
start.
to. Yeah. His combat is very up close and personal. Like he wants to get in your business
Oh
and
yeah.
land his punches.
I can see people who, if people play D&D or other games like that,
Yeah, monk.
MMORPGs, yeah, monks, all those up and person martial artist characters, yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
I mean, wall
yeah.
run is always good, mobility, right?
Exactly. I wonder if is that his passive basically,
Yeah,
where he just wall runs whenever.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
he's like he took the Genji and the Hanzo like type of
more or
mechanic.
less, yes.
Okay, okay.
Some characters have,
So
or yeah, some characters have wall climb, some have like crazy sprints. This guy can wall run, as we are saying, right?
okay, yeah. I wonder if he can also climb up as well, or if it's just running along the wall.
I don't. It didn't show in the trailer, so I'm not sure.
Exactly. It wouldn't show in the trailer. We'd have to see when the game drops. But
Mhm.
okay, yeah, that's
I mean,
melee.
he does have two double jumpers, so yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think he
Okay.
needs a wall climb. He can just double jump up.
Exactly. Yeah. All right.
Also, he attacks while staying in the air instead of dropping down.
Yeah,
Where you
that's
like
also
you
really
stay in
crazy.
the air.
Mhm.
That's
And I know
yeah.
I was gonna say that I noticed when he was getting his kills that the little bar on the bottom, his health, that gave him extra HP, like temp HP, or
Yeah, that's temporary hit points.
is
Uh
that like everything every duelist has, or is it
no.
just character
This
specific?
is him. This is him.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
Spider-Man, I think he's going to play the same role as Spider-Man. Like
Hmm.
Spider-Man is, since you don't play, he is like the
Right.
flank character. He will flank it, get a kill on the support, get a kill on DPS, and he'll get out. And like, if you're a good Spider-Man player, you just don't get caught.
Right. So he's like the I'm pulling up behind you. You can't do anything about it if I'm
Assassin,
good.
yeah,
Type
yeah,
of
yeah.
character.
Get behind their front lines, and then you bully them in the back, kind of character.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm guessing the temporary hit point is not from killing, but just attacking.
We'd have to like watch again, I'd say.
Oh yeah, well,
Oh,
there
okay.
he just popped something. Oh, he also just has healing.
And
He's
he has to heal, yeah.
self-sufficient.
So like literally, he could just escape from combat, hide somewhere, just heal up, and then go back into it.
Yeah, so that's I guess that's what he's better at than Spider-Man. Because if
Mm.
Spider-Man is low, he still needs to go back and get healing
Get
from.
healing.
Yeah, there are also
Okay.
health pads on the map, which spawn
Right,
every
right.
so often. So if you know the locations, you can play around with that. But obviously with this, you don't need to worry about that.
Right, right.
This seems like a tank DPS, I think. Like,
Or the type of DPS that's meant to stay on the field and continue
mhm,
fighting, while the other DPS, or
yeah,
like the other DPSs, I don't know how many
squishy.
DPS run in a team. Is it like two
More,
per team or?
so it's 6v6. So an
Right.
ideal comp would be two tanks, two DPS, two healers.
Oh, six. Oh, yeah. No, that would be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So if that's the case, then I guess he's sort of the role where he can like serve as kind of dipping into both like a DPS and also a tank, because as you saw with his, I think that was his right click ability, that
Mhm.
gave him the extra temporary HP that he needed in order to survive the
Mhm.
fight. And since he kept landing hits, that kept giving him HP,
Yeah, I mean,
especially with kills. So he's kind of like both a tank and also a DPS.
yeah, hybrid.
Yeah, he's a hybrid. Well, I that's what I think at least.
Yeah, I mean that's what it seems. Gets up to 500 temporary hit points in his ult.
That's wild. Okay, that
Pretty
really does
strong.
make him a hybrid.
Yeah, so I guess without your ult, you can like go for burst damage, kill a
Mm.
support or two, jump out your way, and I guess you can just ult and go in. If your tank is dead, you really need to hold the point. Ult
Yeah,
500 free HP. A tank
Hmm.
usually has 600, so 500 isn't too bad.
Oh,
But
but
it's
don't get it
no.
twisted.
Huh?
Don't get it twisted, Ray. He had to get kills in order to get that 500 HP, so he'd have to really
Ah,
focus on getting his kills. Because see, he started with 270, and then he kept getting kills and also doing hits.
nah, I guess it is just skills. But I mean, if you saw his burst DPS, bro, he just
Yeah, that is insane amount of damage, especially because it can hit like more enemies. So
yeah.
would this also kind of count as crowd control, maybe, or
No, no, no.
not
Crowd
really,
control,
right?
no,
Because
no.
that's just dealing with two enemies
Yeah, yeah.
or multiple
It's
enemies at the same time.
AOE damage, but crowd control is. It's like you stun. You make sure
Mm.
that the position is controlled. The enemies don't have a way to come and move around. It's like crowd control
Ah,
kind of thing. Like
okay,
stuns
yeah,
or slows or stuff like that.
got,
He's just
yeah,
killing
yeah,
people. And he's just a
yeah,
menace.
yeah. This is how
Because,
you can tell
I
I don't
mean,
know my stuff with, like MOBAs or
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, these two are tanks. Magneto, Penny Parker, their
Right, yeah, they're
HP
tanks and he's
disappeared.
shredding their HP.
Yeah, I mean, their DPS disappeared. I mean, HP disappeared. And then, well,
Yeah,
obviously, everyone else just fell after him.
yeah.
Pretty cool. Unique as well, self-sufficient. You know?
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think he'll probably the most solo queued heavy character.
Yeah, that's what I was saying as well. Because if you like, say you're in a team comp, and all of a sudden you're realizing that your supports aren't really like focusing on healing
Yeah.
you, you'd be like, all right, I'll just heal myself, or well, keep myself up until I can heal again.
Yeah.
Especially with his E, the fact that his E can heal him,
Hmm.
that's already like self-sufficient enough. He's basically an all-rounder. Well,
Yeah.
not really. No, sorry, not really an all-rounder because supports heal other people, but he heals himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's his
So,
own support, basically.
yeah, he's self-sufficient, basically.
Yeah, like you
Supports
said,
also give,
self-sufficient.
like, buffs and debuffs, and those are a different thing, anyways.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, self-sufficient enough, I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think he's pretty
Yeah.
solid, pretty unique. I think he does have a place in Marvel Rivals roster right now,
Right, right.
which I don't feel about Squirrel Girl, but more on that in a bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
So what do you think about, like, final
Iron
thoughts on
Fist.
Iron Fist? Yeah.
I mean, cool design, cool guy. He certainly looks a lot different than how like would remember Iron Fist because I grew up with like Marvel's Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah,
So that Iron Fist design is just ingrained in my head. So this is a very different take on it, and
yeah.
it's not an unwelcome take. It is very clean and very like kind of reflectant of how
Yeah.
people would portray or see Iron Fist.
So
His
I wanna let you know something. The low
yeah.
reason why these characters are not one-to-one copy of other Marvel properties.
Uh-huh.
So Marvel Rivals is set in like a chronoverse, which has like four timelines,
Oh.
which is
Oh.
unique to itself.
Okay.
There's a past timeline, there's the present timeline, there's the future 2099 timeline, and there's a evil or ruined timeline, basically corrupted timeline. So
Ah,
all these characters originate from one of these four timelines.
gotcha. Okay,
So you
that
can
that
think of
yeah.
Iron Fist as a variant of the Iron Fist you know of.
Right, right. But okay, that answers a lot then. All right, thanks for the clarification on that. But
Mhm.
other than that, like design-wise, I'd say kit-wise, like you said, he's very self-sufficient. He can hold himself in a fight as long as he's not getting overwhelmed with enemies. Like I don't think he can handle a 1v5 unless he's ulted, then that's a different
Yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
But by himself, I think if he's probably going to be the main target for a lot of people if they notice he's on the field.
Mhm,
Like they
mhm.
want to get rid of him as soon as they can to just hinder the enemies a little bit. And yeah, no, he has a heal. He has 3 triple jumps.
Uh-huh.
He has the ability to
Temporary
give
hit
himself
point.
temporary hit points in a
Sure.
fight, like while he's fighting someone.
Yeah.
Just that extra edge can help him win a fight. And
I mean, he also
yeah,
has that cool Dragon
that
Fist move he
combo,
did,
yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, that Dragon Fist move was like a little combo that
Yeah,
pushes them away. So if you
yeah.
want someone desperately off the map, you just shove them off there.
Even if it's not off the map, I mean, knockback's
Or
never
just
bad.
knockback. It's just to get them
Yeah.
to create some space between you and them, and just have your like other allies maybe deal with
Mhm,
them. That way you could just take a little breather.
mhm, mhm.
That's already perfect way of like creating distance and managing like who you're taking your fights against. You pick your fights
Yeah,
basically. You
yeah.
well, not really. I'm saying this out loud again, not really thinking about it, but you can kind of control who you fight basically and
I,
how long you fight them for.
I think
I
that
don't.
is what will differentiate between a mid Iron Fist player and a great Iron Fist player. Picking your fights is not like
Yeah,
a normal DPS who will just stand behind the tank and shoot something. You have to get
yeah.
creative, you have to get behind their back, you have to sneak. But if you
Either
do,
that
I
or
think the value will be really big.
not even just sneaking. He can stand side to side with a tank and help them out with a battle they're having. And then when the tank's getting low or when he's getting low, just to create some space so that way they can breathe a little bit, just push them back, create some breathing
Yeah,
space,
yeah,
get your abilities back a little bit, just force cooldowns to come back, and then just go back to the fight and maybe get some time to get your supports
yeah.
closer to you. Just overall, if like you said, what would differentiate between a mid Iron Fist player and like a really great Iron Fist player is just knowing when to call it quits for a fight or when to like use your abilities to create a
Definitely.
scenario.
I mean, with how much mobility he has, he should have no problem running away.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
cool.
that's it. So, all right, let's go over what the community has been thinking about.
Okay, okay.
So, you know how I showed you we had 5 characters to be revealed, and we were
Right,
hoping. So it was Squirrel Girl, Iron Fist, Black Widow, Cloak and Dagger, and Wolverine as the first
right.
last 5.
Yeah.
So people thought, all right, now Black Widow and Iron Fist surely can't be anything but
Do it.
Duelist.
Yeah.
So they were like, all right, two Duelists there. We'll have Wolverine as a tank.
Uh-huh. That makes
Although,
sense. Yeah.
I mean, that's still up in the air. We don't know. We
Oh
haven't seen
yeah.
it. He could
Mm,
also be a DPS, but would really
I
sell.
yeah, no. Oh god, yeah, no, another DPS after we already have what, like you said, 16?
16? 16?
Ooh.
That's 16 without, like, Iron Fist, Black Widow counted.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, like, of
Ah.
16 out of the ones we have here. So including Squirrel Girl, but not including the other two. So 18, more or less.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That oh, that's not gonna be fun then. But all right, okay. Um So you said you wanted to go into like the community reaction regarding it. Do you have any like screenshots or text
Yeah.
messages you want to pull up regarding the reactions?
Right. Before I go into that, I was saying. So,
Mm,
5 characters to be revealed. Everyone thought
right.
those two would be Duelist. We would have Wolverine as a tank, and we would
Mm-hmm.
have Squirrel Girl and Cloak and Dagger as supports.
Or right.
That didn't happen. As you saw, we got
And Squirrel Girl,
Squirrel
yeah.
Girl as a Duelist. Now,
Mm-hmm.
people were saying a lot of stuff, right? If I go back a little, James is, by the way, the community manager.
Okay.
Uh, I swear I had it pulled up, but I guess it reloaded the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh, he's been talking.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any like specific text you could maybe remember what he talked about? That way you could just narrow down your search a little bit, or
Nah, it should be around here.
Alright.
All right. So, this is when he spoke back. Everyone, like explained to you, what everyone was saying.
Mm.
I also think that Squirrel Girl, although like it's cool and whatever, right? I think
Mm.
her position could have been taken by a different support. If
Right.
not, they just had healing in her abilities and made her a support. Like acorns, if hit allies heal. If you send your squirrel ultimate out, if they touch someone who is your ally, should get healed.
That
Obviously,
makes sense. Yeah.
it didn't happen.
Right.
So James addressed, while I'm seeing a lot of discussion revolving around roles, or say our game has many traits from different game genres. Each role is much more diverse and inclusive of things they do. If any of us played any MOBAs or MMORPGs, we know that there are assassin, bruiser, etc. Right?
Right.
We are here to listen to feedback, and we have a team of devs that care just as much as you do. So I would say it is kind of different, and although we only have duelist, vanguard, and strategist, they actually mean a lot more than just three roles. This
Hmm.
is this is what all the this is what another. I think it's a dev. Let me check.
12th hour.
Yeah, I think it's the right text as a Marvel Games one.
Hi.
It's probably a dev, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would make a lot of sense.
yeah, part of the dev team basically. He also said this,
Hmm.
before yeah. So we have they basically saying they have the tree of vanguard, duelist, strategist, but each of those do different things, and because of that, people shouldn't judge them releasing 18 duelist because they are all doing different stuff.
Hmm.
Now, my take and what many of the community people's take on this is we understand what you're trying to say, but when you have 18 DPS, even though they are different and they like some may be hybrid DPS and tank, some may be self-sustain like Iron Fist, some might have like debuffs and crowd control, whatever.
Hmm.
There is still DPSs at the end of the day. You're not expecting a DPS to play the role of a support.
Yeah.
Only having what 7 supports in the game is just like not only is support a really this from Overwatch 2. It's a
Hmm.
lesser played class.
Yeah.
You only play support if you're forced into it, basically, more or less.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So when you have a class which is already, less paid, under appealing, more or less, people don't like to play this, and then you give them less options. I think that's a
Oh
little
yeah.
stinky.
Hmm. Okay. Question for you, Ray.
Yeah.
In Marvel Rivals, are you okay? Is there like a role queue basically? Like you're forced to
No,
stick
no.
to a role, or is this just you can pick whichever team comp you want? You can run a
Yeah.
team of like just all supports or just
Hmm.
all DPSs.
Yeah. They have come
Oh,
out and said there is no rule queue and there will never be rule queue.
okay. So basically,
Which,
everyone just
yeah,
picks whoever they want to
yeah.
play.
If you think one tank and 4 DPS can win you the game, you should be allowed to do it, and I agree, right? I don't
Fair?
think role
Yeah.
queue
No,
is
don't
needed.
restrict them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
but yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That's it's still very interesting. And like you said, I do agree with the part where even though you're trying to have your DPSs be different,
Mhm,
it doesn't change the fact that they are still at the core a DPS.
mhm.
And that doesn't really portray a good image, especially when you're just adding more and more damage type roles and giving less options to people to explore other roles, such as the tanks or the supports.
Yeah,
And if you're just presenting all these fancy, good-looking options and like the
yeah,
DPS queues, what's
yeah.
gonna want to prompt people to try supporting or try tanking for the
It's true.
team when they're just be like, all right, I'll pick up a DPS myself and also have like
Yeah,
time of my life, but probably lose more often than not
yeah.
because no
It's
tank, no support.
it's more of a problem for support than tanks because we have more tanks than supports.
Ah, okay.
And like obviously there will always be more DPSs than tanks or supports in the game. That's a given.
Of course, right.
That's the most picked. Everyone wants a new DPS, right?
Yeah.
But I think it helps that's like some of the tanks are heavy hitters, like not just like how good they play, but like character wise. Because obviously some people are like, I love Iron Man in the MCU and I will play Iron Man regardless of what role he is in the game, right?
Right, right.
So for those people, I mean, look at tanks. You got Captain America, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Groot. Magneto, Thor, Venom, Penny Parker for I guess Spider-Man lovers, but like Thor, Captain America, Venom, Hulk, these are all like household names. Everyone loves these
Yeah.
characters, so
Hmm.
that helps people pick a tank.
Yeah.
But supports,
Mhm.
I mean, although obviously I won't say like in meta supports are bad or anything.
Right.
All of
Right.
these supports are good, but like, who wants to play Mantis? Like, right?
More often, I
it's
see.
yeah. Some of
I'd see
the
Loki,
popular ones
Jeff,
like
maybe.
Loki and Jeff, yeah. But yeah, what's your take on this?
On having more on like just the
Basically,
characters,
the
like how you
whole
pick
yeah
more.
character roster, yeah.
Um, I'd say again, we also have to consider this. This game is just like coming out of closed beta testing and
Mm-hmm.
going into public release. They probably already have plans on how they want to implement future characters, and they
Mm-hmm.
just want to have this roster to maybe like test the waters or just see how the wave goes with people's reactions, get their feedback so they know what to do going forward with the game. Uh, I might say that I do kind of agree with your take and like other people's takes of like having more DPSs than supports or like having it just seem DPS heavy for a game is a bad option.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I do kind of want to play a little bit of devil's advocate and just go, okay, maybe it's just how it looks right now. We have to put a little bit of faith
Mm-hmm.
into the devs, which is a big ask given what we might have experienced with other games like
Oh yeah.
Overwatch or Paladins or just like any sort of mobile game that I can't think of
Mm-hmm.
off the top of my head. Trying to build our expectations up and like just give valid feedback and then being told just trust us on this is a little wild and also a very expected response from a dev team because they're trying to do something different. I don't know how the balancing works in the game. I think you would be better suited in
Mm-hmm.
answering that than I am, Ray, because again, haven't played close beta.
Yeah.
Um, you might be able to give your take on how the balancing works in the game. I'd say if there isn't a major complaint regarding how the balancing worked, maybe we should give it a shot, see how this initial roster lineup of just like 16 or 18 duelists goes,
Mm-hmm.
and then ultimately it's up to the players on how they want to play the game. The devs are just giving you the tools or like the options on how you can go about playing, but you're still making that choice.
Yeah. Uh,
And
mm-hmm.
yeah, go for it, go for it.
You're right. So I hear you, right? I
Mm,
understand what you're trying to say, and I'm ready to give Marvel Rivals dev team the benefit of the doubt
mm,
because they have only delivered peak so far. But
yeah,
that doesn't stop me from saying Squirrel Girl is the worst release, and there was no reason for her to be like what she is. I'm
yeah,
not
okay.
saying this because Squirrel Girl's bad character. Like, that, I don't care about which character as a character it is. I'm talking about like game wise, gameplay wise.
Okay.
This is just a, a little different DPS. It's nothing too crazy, in my opinion. It's just another DPS. At most, it brings a stun to the table, and like that's it. I think if they wanted to do this exact character, they could have done it a month later or two when they
Mm,
release the next season, and have they have confirmed that every season will come with heroes and maps, or at least the first one will have multiple heroes and maps, right? This is
right.
season 0, by the way. On global
Okay.
launch as season 0, which releases with
Gotcha.
these 33 characters, and
Yeah.
which lasts until 6th January, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's a 1 month
So,
small season, right?
dang, all right, that's interesting. So they already have stuff lined up to move on to the next season by January. That's
Yeah,
interesting gameplay decision on their part.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't lie.
So, which is why I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they know what's
Right.
coming. So
Mm-hmm.
if for 1 month you only have 7 options of supports to pick from, I
Mm-hmm.
think you can deal with it. I just want
Yeah.
to put this thought out. So if devs listen, they would know that please keep in mind going forward. Because obviously we have 33 characters right now. Even if they add like one or two characters every patch, by the end of the year, next year, we'd have like at least 15 or more characters added already. I just don't want like majority of those 15 characters to also just be DPSs.
Yeah, and I get that. I think I also agree with you on the part where, yeah, okay, I'm just saying yeah, no, and all that. But bottom line, I'm with you.
Mhm.
If the next characters that come out aren't like support or tank focused,
Mhm.
then clearly there's got to be something that has to change because they're giving us a lot of options to go through for DPSs.
Uh-huh.
Just a lot. 17 off rip. I don't even remember how many Overwatch 1 had when they first came out. Let me do a quick Google search real quick.
No. Yeah, I mean, not even just 17 DPSs for the. If 33 characters on release, that's a big roster.
Overwatch 1 had only like 12 characters on release, if I'm fact checking this right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, that's Overwatch. Oh, no, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Oh, 16-ish. I probably miscounted somewhere.
So they
yeah.
had they had 16 characters, and we have more DPSs than their entire roster.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Let me see how their composition went for, because I'm just comparing this like Overwatch 1 because this is the only game I remember. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 tanks on release for Overwatch. Oh, actually no, I miscounted. 5 tanks on release. I don't know what's wrong with me and my math today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 tanks on release. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 DPSs on release.
No, yeah, Overwatch had it worse.
Oh, okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 3 supports on release.
That's yeah. At
Yeah,
least we're
okay.
not there.
Yeah. But it does show a precedent that yes, with the mobile community itself, everyone prefers playing a DPS role rather than they do a tank or support. So it makes sense for Marvel Rivals to cater to those that want to play DPSs, and especially not enforcing a role queue type of aesthetic into it is very nice. But I think we're gonna see a lot of team comps where it's just 1 tank, 3 DPSs, and then 2 supports, or just 4 DPSs, 1 tank, 1 support.
Already
We're gonna
seen all
see a
that
lot
in
of
beta, yeah.
You've seen all that already, but yeah, I think on release, we're like you've seen in beta, we're gonna see a lot of that on the open release. And I don't know whether it's gonna be fun to deal with, but I know that one way or another, since I'm also gonna try hopping on the Marvel Rivals train when it comes out, feel like we're also gonna be doing that ourselves, whether we like it or not. I think we'll just get so bored of just doing the standard 2 tanks, 2 supports, 2 DPS that we'd be like, all right, everyone, queue up DPS. Come on, I don't want to hear nothing. We're just going DPSs. We're gonna go kill people, and we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
And it is gonna be a fun time.
Yeah. I mean,
don't get me wrong, it will be fun.
yeah. For that, like, yeah, having fun always cool. It's just that
Yeah.
as a overall thing, you have less supports, less to choose from. Supports already is like the least loved thing. No one wants to play support. Let's be honest, very few people. So it becomes a problem when you're solo queuing.
Oh,
Since
yeah,
there is
especially when you're gonna go in ranked.
yeah,
Especially
ranked
in
solo
ranked.
queue, you don't have role queue. I'm not saying I want role queue, right? But you go ranked solo queue, people don't like to play support, and you're probably going to end up with almost either 1 support or no support, which is going to ruin your experience as it is ranked.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want that happening.
Yeah, especially if you're like trying to make it big in the Marvel Rivals like ranked leagues and all that. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to play competitively, and, like trying to improve yourself, having team members that won't follow that role or like just
Mm-hmm.
specifically dedicate themselves to playing a support or a tank in ranked,
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be a fun time. Not gonna be a fun time.
Yeah. I mean, I know, and everyone knows gamers
Mm.
don't have friends, but
Damn.
I
Okay, Ray, I see how it is. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm actually a figment of his imagination.
of
Uh,
course. Why?
sad reveal, but
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, but yeah, like
Hmm.
I'm saying that if we genuinely want, not you, but like if the
Yeah.
viewers or whoever's listening really want to climb through rank, get a team. Solo queuing ranked will get you nowhere when there's no role queue. You're going
That.
to end up losing your mind for 5 DPSs in your team, and no one wants to play support, no one wants to play tank.
Hmm.
And if you want to solo queue, I think you just stay to unranked and have fun there.
Yeah. I do also want to say that a lot of games would let you thrive solo queuing on ranked. I feel like it's too, I- in my eyes, it's too soon to tell how the ranked scene for Marvel Rivals will look for those that are solo queuing. It might look bad, or it might look a lot better than we're talking about. But
Mhm.
we'll only see results after like the first week of the game being out. That's when we can really make a decision, like insight on how solo queuers can progress through ranked and just make a name for themselves in the ranked scene.
I agree. I think that's a great note to end on. I think we have
Yeah.
talked about mostly everything.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then well, Ray, thank you for having me on the first ever episode of the Rival Cast. I think that's what
Rivalcast, yes.
I suppose we should just look forward to Marvel Rivals coming out because as much as we
Mhm.
might try to voice our concerns, we also need to have a little bit of faith, like we talked about. We just need to
Yeah,
have
yeah,
just a tiny bit of faith in the devs
yeah,
because if they've gone through pushing through this agenda and people have liked what they already put out in the closed beta test, like I think Ray, can you
yeah.
confirm did people like
Yeah,
how the
yeah.
beta test was?
It was so good that people were having withdrawal symptoms. Everyone
Oh,
on Reddit was like, please, Power Rivals, I need this. Just a
oh,
little bit more, let me play.
okay, so I think yeah, we can have a little bit of faith in the devs because if they did
Mhm,
all of their work and they showed it in the closed beta testing and everyone liked it, and they're still going through with what they've worked on,
mhm,
I think we just give them a little bit of faith, see how things go during the first week, and then we could just voice our concerns to them because this group seems like the type of group. By group, I mean the Marvel
yeah,
Rivals dev
yeah,
team. They will listen to community concern. They should hopefully listen to community concern,
uh,
and they will change the game accordingly
yeah,
to reflect it.
yeah. I, I, I would like to say yeah. I hope that
Hmm.
is the case, and I think I know
Yeah.
that is the case. So far, like from what I've heard from the devs, they do care for their community. It's just
Hmm. Hmm.
that me and most people have a PTSD from a certain Overwatch game.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
But yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Like he said,
Okay.
uh, uh, a week or so after the game release, I think we'll do another Marvel cast.
Sounds good.
We'll try to get more people on. If Yxam's free, he can
Yeah.
join me
Yeah.
back.
For sure. I would love to be a part of it because this is just voicing thoughts and hearing opinions. But I mean,
Yeah,
what's wrong with that?
yeah,
Nothing really too controversial over here yet.
yeah, yeah.
Let's hopefully keep it that way.
Of course, of course.
Yeah. Overall, good time. Looking forward to seeing how Marvel Rivals plays out.
Mhm.
I think I might pick up a support or a tank. I think support because I saw Loki, and I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah,
whew,
yeah. Certainly, there are good supports. It's just,
oh yeah,
yeah, we already went. I don't need to go over it again.
yeah. We don't need to go. Yeah, exactly. We're already wrapping up.
Yeah,
So yeah,
basically,
Rick, you want to close us out?
yeah. So basically, all that I'll try to I'll either do the next travel cast. It will definitely be after the game has been released. I'll try and see if a week into the launch I'll do one,
Mhm.
and it will be coming out on December 6, 2024 UTC 00, right?
Mhm.
So I'll try to stream on launch day exactly when it launches. So if you guys want to see that, do come over to Twitch. They will have Twitch drops, and you only need to watch, I think, 4 hours of Marvel Rivals to get the entire, like, everything in the collection.
Oh, what's in the drops?
We have some cool Magneto skins. If I
Ooh.
can pull it up, it should be, yeah. We got Magneto skin, we got Galacta spray, we got the nameplate, emote. This one is
Yeah.
after December 20th. This won't be during
Yeah,
launch.
that makes sense because Christmas season.
Christmas,
So
yeah, yeah. So yeah, basically, if you want to do that, come over to my Twitch. It's just twitch.tv/RayanStroll, same as my YouTube. So yeah, come over. You might even find DXM if
it
he's free
might
that
even
day.
if I'm free.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's everything. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about everything we talked about, and also let me know if you want to see something else during the podcast. If you want us to talk about specific topics, do send all your feedback in. It's
Mhm.
still, still getting into them. We're just like touching the water with our toes, or dipping. What's the saying?
I think you were right with like dipping our toes into the
Oh
water. I
yeah,
think you were right with that one.
yeah, dipping our toes into the water. But yeah, that's basically it. Uh,
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in a week, or if you show up on the Twitch stream on December 6, 2024. Bye bye.
Adios.